Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Coffee Run Live, episode 595 on this, interesting lockdown Monday. I hope you are all fantastic and suitably awesome. So what I wanted to talk to you about today is followers, like quantity versus quality. I think one of the conversations that we've been having over the past month in different programs that I run is around, do you need to get more fans? Do you need to do more things? Trying to find a bobby pin and things like that. And I guess like really the big thing for me is that the number of people who follow you, I mean, you need some people following you, but the number of people who follow you don't actually it doesn't actually matter. It doesn't actually make a difference. You might have tens of thousands of followers. You could have 1 million followers, and it doesn't necessarily mean money in the bank. You've got to know how to convert that. You've got to know how to make money off the back of it, and you've got to know how to engage them. So what's been really interesting is I've been running a program for this last month called Contentology. One of the things that we've been working on is making sure that you're sharing personal things, not only business things on your page. Now, inadvertently, what's really happened is it's always so fascinating to watch, and it's always such a really cool thing to see the transformation happen, where people start getting more engagement, they start getting more comments, they start making more money. And some people only have 500 people that follow them, right? Yet we can have some people who have massive accounts, and, if you're not actually actively selling, or if you're not actually, actively creating content, if you're not actively nurturing those people who are following you, then it actually doesn't make any difference, right? So the things that are really important to know is that people only see maybe 10% of what you put up. So you want to make sure that you are creating lots of content that they can see, that they can engage with, that they can learn to get to know you through. The other thing that you want to do is probably have a look at a mix of maybe like a 70-30 content split. So 70% is going to be business content, 30% is going to be more personal content. But one of the things that I want you to do is make sure that you're sharing in that business content. It's not just only one thing that you're talking about. Think about, we've talked in the past about the 4 main stages or the steps that you take your audience through. So think about those things. And then with your personal stuff, remember, the thing that always fascinates me is some of the stuff that you guys engage with is not always businessy type stuff. So sometimes that personal content that you share is going to be the thing that creates a pattern interrupt in someone's newsfeed that then helps them or has them coming over to your business page, and they start looking at all of your posts. Right? So we've got to be strategic about it. So 70-30 content split, business versus personal. The personal stuff is equally as important as the business stuff, even though the content ratio is going to be different. So that's the big thing that I want you to remember. The other big thing that I want you to remember or really aim to do is make sure that when people are commenting on your things, or when they're commenting on your stuff, when they're commenting on your blogs or your lives, make sure you go back in and answer them, right? Respond to every comment in there. That way what happens, rather than being, Mrs. Anonymous or Mr. Anonymous with all of these tens of thousands of followers that don't actually mean anything, you can drive sometimes much better engagement from a fan base of 500 versus, 500,000 people. I've spoken to literally dozens of people over the years who have had 1 million or more fans and followers 100,000 or more fans and followers on either Facebook and or Instagram, and they were broke. They were making no money, right? Because they hadn't worked out how to monetize it. So 70-30 content split. The other thing that you want to make sure that you're throwing into the mix as well are your calls to action. Make sure you let people know how they can buy from you. So the thing that most people find really awkward, particularly in service-based businesses, is saying things like, oh, hey, I've got this event coming up. Or, hey, I've got this workshop happening. Or, hey, if you want to have a discovery call, let's hop on a call, right? The thing is that if you're not selling, you're not going to make money. Right? So you've got a 70-30 content split. How often should you be selling? My rule of thumb is 20% of the time. So 2 posts out of 10 should be or could be call to action posts where you are actively saying, hey, by the way, if you want to buy this thing, this is where you can do it. Or hey, you can download this guide. Here's how you can go about doing that. All right. So 70-30 content split and a 20% selling base. Now, you might feel awkward about it. You need to suck it up, princess, and just move on and get over that and just make sure that people know how to buy from you. So on that note, it is a very short, sharp and shiny and sweet coffee run for you today. Any questions about this or anything else, make sure you let me know. I hope your lockdown, if you're in Victoria, is going swimmingly. I'm off to do, we've rearranged the whole lounge room in the last couple of days. We've like totally spring cleaned the house in the last couple of days. And we've got some other projects we're going to get into this afternoon. It's really hilarious how lockdown spurs us into action around the house. It's really quite weird, actually. All right, have an amazing day, and I will see you tomorrow.